Hey you, have you ever watched the show? It's basically one of the most action-packed, goriest, and well-written adult cartoons you can watch today. Now, Season 2 just finished, and if you have watched Season 1 of... You're probably wondering, is it as good as the first season? Now, I love Season 1 of... The show embarks on a mission to deconstruct the superhero genre, pushing boundaries and exploring dark themes in a way that feels refreshingly original. Anyone who saw that first episode at the end was like, "Oh God! Oh! Holy! Whoa! Oh! Did he? Oh Jesus! Oh God! Jesus Christ! I gotta see what happens next." You were basically hooked afterwards. The pacing, the arc, the full reveal about Omni-Man and why he did what he did in that crazy episode. And they carry that craziness into Season 2. Season 2 had twists that involved characters' deaths that I didn't see coming. I won't spoil them, but they were insane. They get intense and pretty gory too. One of the things I noticed that this season did really well were the side characters, starting with Rex. Who? My thoughts exactly when he was introduced again in Season 2. He didn't leave too much of an impression back in Season 1, but in Season 2, it's like the complete opposite. He really evolves as a character in Season 2 and tries to figure out why he is the way he is, which is a grade A douchebag, and eventually grows as a character. He quickly became one of my favorite characters on the show, which was surprising to me. The character Donald was very interesting. Who? Another character I kinda forgot about when watching Season 2. The idea of dealing with a traumatic past and trying to forget them plays a lot with this character. But what's really interesting about him is how he flips his views on this. He ends up realizing that remembering everything, even all the stuff, actually makes him who he is. His change of heart about how the importance of his past makes him a deeply compelling character. It shows how our struggles and how we deal with them can really shape us. I was surprised by this character too. And then we have Mark's mom, Debbie. Her life is now completely shattered, learning her 20 years of marriage was a lie, being called a pet in the relationship. That is crazy. I mean, if I called my girlfriend a pet, she would slap the shit out of me. And Debbie having to deal with those emotions everywhere she goes really messes with her head. But in the show, she does push her own trauma aside to look after Mark, making sure he's okay despite everything she's dealing with. Then, out of nowhere, Mark gets a kid that his dad makes on another planet named Oliver. Suddenly, she's not just dealing with her own recovery, she's also taking his new kid under her protection, caring for him as she does for Mark. Overall, Debbie rules, guys. You start to see why characters are the way they are, and they end up being pretty amazing. The story also dives deeper into Mark, his mom Debbie, and Omni-Man. Their family drama mixed with superhero problems adds a whole layer of complexity. Omni-Man especially gets more interesting, showing sides of him you wouldn't expect. It's kind of fascinating to watch these characters deal with their issues in all this chaos. Some of the new characters they added I did enjoy too. Like Shapesmith was funny and he's voiced by Ben Schwartz.
Oh, hello, chums. I'd like to run while remaining in a stationary location. Is that cool beans? I'll just be over there, in a stationary location.
Oh my god, another new character, Anissa, had such a badass introduction in the show. Basically showing up at Mark's date and threatening to kill his girlfriend Amber if he doesn't do what she says.
And I'm an agent of the Viltrum Empire. And if you think you can cross the space between us before I tear this woman's head from her body, you're welcome to try.
Holy sh**.
What do you want?
She was awesome. Oh, and the new villain Angstrom basically has the power to travel through dimensions, which is pretty cool. But at this point, I'm pretty worn out from multiverse concepts. I actually forgot he was in the show since he didn't show up too much. And you know why? Tune in 2 months for the conclusion of Season 2. Oh yeah! You were only able to watch 4 episodes and had to wait 2 months to see the second half. I don't agree splitting up a season like that into 2 parts, as it risks killing the vibe and making some fans either forget what happened or even lose interest in the show. You know, which sucks. And that was a major complaint with fans. If both halves of Season 2 were put together, I probably wouldn't have forgotten about the villain. He only met like Mark once, so can you even blame me? But the last episode when he comes back is pretty darn cool. And then there's the bigger picture. Season 2 expands the universe, introducing us to new races and the battles against the Viltrumites. It's not just about Earth anymore. It's about the entire galaxy. Mark is at the center of it all. This season, he's figuring out his place in the world, balancing a normal life with his girlfriend Amber in college and a superhero's life. Which, if you've seen a lot of superhero content with this idea, you know this doesn't end well. Mark misses his dad this season, but also still hates him after what he did in Season 1, and just being split about him. Also, not wanting to become his dad plays a part during his journey in this season. That last episode can answer that for you. I would say the standout episode for me was the final episode, which gets brutal, both physically and emotionally, with Angstrom and... Hey, I was gonna say Mark! This episode does a really good job of balancing these deeply personal journeys with the larger universe spanning consequences of their actions.
I suppose you weren't paying attention when we discussed not damaging the time stream.
Shut up, Rex!
At the end of the episode, we're left with more questions than answers. What does it mean to be a hero? Can villains find redemption? And was it a good idea to split the season into 2 parts? It's a season full of growth, challenges, and Mark stepping up to become the hero he's meant to be. Maybe? And hey, we were able to see an alternate version of Spider-Man and even Batman. Did not see that coming. I tell you, Season 2 of... is awesome. It's got action, heart, and it shows why this series is something special. I would say, though, that I enjoyed Season 1 more, but this is still a great watch if you love superheroes and animation. I see both critics and audiences are liking it for the most part, so it's definitely worth your time if you're curious. Looking forward to Season 3, and hoping they don't split it up like they did this season. Why did they do that again? If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share the video. That would mean the world to me. So thanks for watching, you're amazing, and I'll see you next time. Seriously, I hope you give this show a watch if you have the time. It really makes you feel... invincible.